What if the man next door, polite, quiet, even kind, was hiding something unthinkable behind his door? Jeffrey Dahmer, born in Milwaukee, 1960. A boy once described as shy, curious, fascinated by what others feared. He grew up collecting what most people would rather forget: bones, remains of small animals, signs no one took seriously. Years later, those same curiosities would evolve into something the world wasn't prepared to face. Between 1978 and 1991, Dahmer led a double life: the neighbor who waved in the hallway, the man who smiled at strangers in bars. But inside his small apartment on North 25th Street, darkness lived quietly. He lured young men, promising photos, company, safety. Once the door closed, that illusion vanished. He took their lives, then tried to keep them close forever. When police finally entered his apartment in July 1991, what they found felt like a nightmare turned real. Photographs, remains carefully kept, a refrigerator that hid the truth of what he'd done. Dahmer didn't run. He stood calm, confessed everything, as if it was simply the end of a long routine. He told investigators that he didn't want to hurt, he just didn't want to be alone. A need for control, for possession, for permanence, twisted into horror. He was sentenced to multiple life terms, but in 1994, inside a Wisconsin prison, another inmate ended his story. Even today, decades later, his name still feels heavy, not just for what he did, but for what it revealed. How evil can look ordinary. How danger can wear a smile. If someone seemed perfectly normal, polite, kind, even charming, how much would you really notice before it's too late?